What's going on, everyone? Vito here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to another episode of Beato the Vito Age of Sigmar edition. I've got my boy Duncan in here with me, and we got an extra special treat for you because we are going to be playing 3,000 points. That's right, 3,000 points. I don't think I've ever played actually, no, that's a lie. I have played 3,000 points, but we're going to be playing 3,000 points of Daughters of Khaine versus the Stormcast Eternals. Duncan, have you ever played Stormcast before?
Yes. And I want to give a big shout out to the other people that, like me, voted for Vito.
All right, that was actually a very good title. I actually like that one. But Beato the Vito got canceled out, so that's okay. I actually like the name. It's kind of growing on me.
It's growing on me too.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to be playing 3,000 points, Daughters of Khaine versus Stormcast Eternals. If you'd like to be in Duncan's spot, please go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge for all those details. But until then, let's take a look at the armies and the board. And here we have 3,000 points of Daughters of Khaine. I'm going to be running a Temple Nest Battalion. You guys have seen me run it before, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in it. For my general, we have a Blood Rack Medusa. What you see is what you get with her. She will be leading the forces of the Daughters of Khaine today. I have 2 units of Blood Stalkers, one over here and one over here. 3 units of Blood Sisters running up my battle line. And then actually, you know what? I am going to be running some more Witch Elves today. I know I haven't run them in a while, but to fill out 3,000 points, you do need quite a bit of points. And I decided, hey, why not take some more Witch Elves, as I haven't run them in a while. So I thought, hey, why not? And see what they do. I'm not going to be running Hagnar today. No more Hagnar for a very long time. I'm going to be running the Kelborn. So with the Kelborn on my general, she does have the Mistress of Illusion special ability. So what that allows me to do is in my hero phase, I can pick one of my units within 7 inches of her and more than 3 inches away from an enemy unit. I can then teleport them anywhere on the board more than 9 inches away from an enemy unit.
Is that within or wholly within?
Just within. So that's a nice little benefit. So even, you know, boop, 7 inches away, this entire unit can then disappear. So that's pretty neat with them. Next up, we have a Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. I'm going to be giving her the relic, the Blood Sigil, which means she knows 1 additional prayer. And for her prayers, she's going to be running the Catechism of Murder and the Martyr's Sacrifice. Right beside her, we have a Hag Queen on Cauldron. Because I do have Temple Nest, I am allowed to take another relic, and it's going to be the Iron Circlet. So anytime my Hag Queen on Cauldron prays, she's allowed to re-roll 1s for the Iron Circlet, and for her prayer, she's going to be running the Blessing of Khaine. I do have Hag Queen Hippolyta on foot. For her prayer, she's going to be running the Sacrament of Blood. I should note that my general, for her spell, she's going to be running Mind Razor. And then we have a Blood Rack Medusa on the shrine. For her spell, she will be running Steed of Shadows. You guys have seen me run that a bunch. Essentially, if she gets that off, she can fly, and she has a movement value of 16. And last but certainly not least is going to be Morathi herself. I have both the regular model and her transfigured form. I haven't quite figured out when to transform her. A lot of people transform her right at the beginning of the game. Some people transform her on turn 2. So I gotta figure out, do I wanna go with maximum spells or just her beastly form? For her spells, she's gonna be running the Withering, Pit of Shades, and Mirror Dance. So that will be 3,000 points of Daughters of Khaine. And you know what, folks? I've played these guys a bunch. They are a ton of fun. I love going back and forth from Hagnar and Kelborn and all the other cults. But I have decided that I'm going to be selling this army. So if you are interested, you can send me an email at vito@miniwargaming.com. That's VITO at miniwargaming.com. Let's take a look now at Stormcast Eternals. Taking a look now at 3,000 points of Stormcast Eternals. Duncan, where would you like to start?
Well, I'll start by saying I haven't played them before. I was distracted because I was trying to remember the alternative name I voted for, which I can't even remember now. Okay, so it's 3,000 points. I'm playing with 4 battle line, so I've got 1 big load of Judicators, and then 3 lots of Liberators. I've decided to kind of go with a bit of a theme, and the theme is quite a bit of ranged weaponry, hence the big lot of Judicators, hence the 2 Ballistas. I've got 1 Lord Castellant, and his job is basically going to be to sit back with the ranged weaponry and just buff it a little bit and stop them all from running away. And then I'm convinced that these, so these are essentially, I'm thinking of them as mounted, what's it called when you've got a bow?
An archer?
Yeah.
Mounted archers?
Mounted archers. In my head, that's how I'm thinking of them, although they're actually carrying javelins. So they're called Vanguard Paladors. Now, my understanding is that historically, mounted archers were a pretty powerful kind of tool in an army, because they could sweep by, not coming too close, fire off some arrows, and then if someone went to charge them, they could just dash off. I don't think they're going to do very well in a game like Age of Sigmar because of the fact that you can charge such long distances, though I don't think you can ever really get in range just to do like a passing attack. Also, you're playing on quite a small board. But you know what? I like the idea of having mounted archers or mounted ranged weapons like javelins in my army, so I thought it'd be cool. Now, my leader's going to be the one on the left. He is a Lord Celestant on Celestant on Stardrake. I'm losing it. So
take your time. Don't worry, you're doing fine.
So, why is he my leader? I think it's a bad choice to make him my leader, especially in a large game. But I'm trying not to be too overpowered here. I've given him Drake Scale Armor, which means he can re-roll failed save rolls for attacks that have a damage characteristic greater than 1.
Okay.
And I'm thinking maybe you'll be targeting him with weapons that have a damage characteristic greater than 1, so it's not a bad idea. For those of you keeping up with my journey on MiniWarGaming, enjoying being a guest, this is the first time I'm trying to narrate my army using Battlescribe. And that's why I've had to switch the camera off a couple of times because I keep stumbling. Okay, his command trait is Shielded by Faith, which is basically a 5-up save against mortal wounds. I think it's crazy in such a large game to throw your leader forwards into combat, which I feel I have to do, given the model he is, so I thought let's give him a bit more of a chance to survive. And then finally, to join him, to run forwards and maybe take some of the hits, is a Drake Sworn Templar.
And that's going to be 3,000 points of Stormcast Eternals. This is the board that we are going to be playing on today. The buildings themselves, those are made from Tabletop World. And we have this really cool big piece here that is made by Adam from Greenleaf Terrain. And then we have this really cool big piece that was made from Lee from MiniWarGaming. And the narrative for today's bat rep is going to be, so this was a town that was formerly loved by the Sigmarites. However, they are now under the protection of Morathi. The Stormcast, they've come into this town, and this is a particular host of Stormcast Eternals that have been reforged over and over and over again. And as they've been reforged, they lose just a little bit more part of themselves. And as they've heard word that they are under the protection, this village is under the protection of Morathi, they've decided to go ahead and butcher the townsfolk of this village, seeing that the townsfolk no longer have the love.
They no longer have the discipline that they used to have, and they've been a bit chaotic recently.
Yeah, they don't have the love anymore of the people. So now Morathi, she is angered, as Morathi is normally quick to anger. So the daughters of Khaine are now here to respond, and now have to deal with this rogue Stormcast Eternals. Alright everyone, we are all set up for shifting objectives. The way this one works is there are 3 objectives set on the board. We have 1, 2, and 3. And we thought it was a little bit of a narrative fun to have the actual villagers be the objectives themselves, as the Daughters of Khaine are going to rescue the objectives, where the rampaging Sigmarites are the actual ones who want to kill the leftover villagers. So that's going to be the scenario, is shifting objectives. The way it works is if you control the primary objective, that is the one that's going to be worth 3 victory points, and all the other ones are going to be worth only 1 victory point.
So on that turn, it's just going to represent where the villages are breaking out at that moment.
Exactly. At the current moment, I do have first turn. So do I want to keep first turn? I think I'm going to keep first turn, as I do enjoy going for that first turn alpha strike. So before we go into my first turn, which objective is it going to be? So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2. This objective right over here is going to be worth 3 victory points. All the other ones are only going to be worth 1. So let's go into Daughters of Khaine, turn number 1. At the start of my hero phase, I don't think I want to use my Mistress of Illusion ability just yet. So I think I'm going to hold back on that. And then what I think I'm going to start off with is have this unit of Blood Sisters drink from the Witch's Brew, from the Hag Queen on Cauldron. Ugh. So they get to re-roll their hits, and they will be immune to Battle Shock. Ugh. Sorry, reroll failed wound rolls, not failed hit rolls. And same thing from Queen Hippolyta, drinking from the Witch's Brew from the big blob of Witch Elves. So reroll failed wound rolls and immune to Battle Shock. Next, I'm going to cast the Steed of Shadows onto my Medusa on the Shrine. We're looking for a 5, and we successfully get it off with a 9. So with that, this will have the movement characteristic of 16, and it can fly.
Awesome. I don't have any denies, but I do have a -1 to casting if you're close to one of my star drakes within 18 inches, but you're not, so that doesn't apply.
Okay, so this thing can now move and fly 16. Wonderful. Next, I'm going to go with my Medusa. She's going to cast Mind Razor. We're going to put it on the unit of Witch Elves over here, looking for a 7. And we fail with a 5. I think we're going to switch over to my left flank with the Hag Queen on Cauldron. She's going to be putting the, not the Sacrament, but the Blessing of Khaine on this unit here of Witch Elves.
Oh, you and your fancy spells.
Yeah, this is prayers. Excuse me, good sir. They are prayers. It goes off on a 3, which we do get it off. So these lovely ladies, they can re-roll their failed fanatical faith saves. It's essentially, it's a 6-up, feel no pain. And I suppose for her last prayer, because she can't pray twice, she's going to try to make the avatar come to life. On a 3+, we get a 2, so it cannot come to life. Next, we're going to go to my Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. She's going to put Catechism of Murder onto this unit here of Witch Elves on a 3+. Oh, we failed with a 1, so I actually think I take a mortal wound. However, on a 6 for Fanatical Faith, no, so she does take 1 mortal wound. And for her last prayer, I think she's going to put Martyr's Sacrifice on this unit, because she knows 1 additional prayer. So yeah, I can put this on Martyr's Sacrifice on a 3. She takes another mortal wound! Okay, on a 6-up though. It's still, oh my goodness, she's down to 11. What is going on, sweetheart? So next, all I have is Morathi herself. I'm not going to transform her this turn. And with Morathi, she gets to add +1 and +1 to her casting and unbinding. Additionally, she can double the range of all of her spells. So essentially, she has a 36-inch range for all of her spells. So for this first spell that she's going to be casting is actually her own spell, which is going to be Arnzapel's Black Horror.
What are you targeting?
It's going to be your general right over there.
The general, okay.
Yeah, it's the only really thing that, I mean, I could target these guys, but I do want to go after that dragon, which is pretty beastly. It goes off on a 7. I do get +1, which that will be a fail. Oh, +1, 6. So that does go up.
Which is less than 7.
Yeah, it is less than 7, so it does go with fail. So unfortunately, that is a fail.
We just switched the camera off to do some basic maths, and we
Yeah.
confirmed that 5 + 1 is less than 7.
Thank you, Duncan.
I said we.
Next, she's going to try to cast the Pit of Shades, and she's going to be targeting this unit here of Stormcast Eternals. It goes off on a 7. And we fail again. What is going on, Morathi? Ooh, Morathi, you got to pick up your game. We're going to go with Mystic Shield, and we're going to put it on this unit here of Witch Elves.
And it's going to work because you didn't say the word try this time.
Right, thank you very much. Oh, look at that, and we got it.
Positivity, that's what you needed.
Right, exactly. So yeah, these ladies are mystically shielded. Whew, okay, so...
Has anyone else done the maths? Yeah, you're re-rolling ones on a unit with a 6-up save, which means that instead of saving 17%, you're going to save 20%.
Hey, that extra 3%, you never know. That one Witch Elf might save me the game. You never know. Going into my movement phase now, we're going to be starting with these ladies over here. We're going to go ahead and run them. Losing that die. Duncan, can you go ahead and hand me another wonderful dice?
There you go.
What am I going to do with this? No.
You roll it.
No, I need a red die, Duncan. I need a red die, even though they're not my own. Thank you very kindly, Duncan. Getting a 4.
Look, this is what it would have been if you rolled mine. Oh, yeah, you're right.
So I'm going to have these ladies go that way 10 inches. So I don't think I'm going to go the full 10, but I think we're just going to go right to here.
So would you be within 6 inches?
Yep.
Wow. I just read the victory conditions carefully, and according to me, you score points at the end of each player turn, but only that player scores the points.
Yeah.
Which means that by going first, you've just auto-started with 5 victory points.
Yeah, so you essentially need to get me off those objectives.
Yeah, okay.
Ending up just like so. I'm going to go ahead and advance Hag Queen Hippolyta. Getting a 2, so she's just going to go boop right to there.
I'm feeling goaded.
My blood sisters now, who are on top of this really cool mountain valley overlooking everything, they're just going to move 8 inches right to the edge of the cliff.
Did you just say mountain valley?
Mountain valley. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low. Yes, Duncan, why?
I just one.
And next, we're going to have this unit of Witch Elves just slither on way 8 inches up the board towards the center objective.
Onto the across the valley plateau.
My other unit is going to do the exact same thing to here. For the unit right over here, I think we're just going to move them in a position for my next turn where they can just make some way. So that's where we're going to move. I'm going to go ahead and advance my Hay Queen on the Cauldron for an extra 6, so she can go 12 if she desires. So she's going to wheel herself right to here. My unit of Bloodstalkers, they're going to slither their way right to here, so that the rest of the unit just kind of piles in to the spot. Slaughter Queen on Chariot, she's going to drive her way right into the middle. Morathi's going to go to here. I think my Chariot's going to go right to this little gap, even though she can fly.
She just flew a long way there.
Yeah, she did. It's a big fly. But at least now you know it can fly. And I think my general, she's just going to scoot right to there. I think she's happy. And for the Witch Elves on top of the bridge, they're going to go ahead and run total of 6. So they're going to be going 12 inches. Some are, not Morathi, sorry. The Witch Elves, they're just going to go boop to there. Having them end right over here, and that's going to be the end of my movement phase. Let's go ahead and take some shots with our bow ladies. Shooting phase now, we're going to start with my Blood Stalkers. They're going to be firing into the Judicators. Yeah, we're going to fire into the Judicators. First, we're going to take one shot with the Sergeant, or the Captain, whatever you want to call her. We are going to be hitting on 5s. So that 6 is going to cause 1 mortal wound.
What's their...
And then the other 2 ladies, because only 3 of them are within range, are going to be hitting on 3s. Oh, okay, so that's going to be just 3 mortal wounds.
Do the other 2 want to fire another unit? Because you didn't realise when you declared.
You're right. You know what? We'll have those 2 ladies fire into these guys. Thank you, Duncan. Friend of the game, hitting on 3s. Getting 1. Oh, geez, that was a really good roll. So we have 3 mortal wounds here and 1 mortal wound right over there.
Cool.
They do have 2 wounds each.
Okay, yeah. And I've now got the dice as well. There we go.
Yeah, so 1 guy does die and 1 each takes a wound. Next up, we're going to start with my other Bloodstalkers. They're going to be firing into these Liberators with their range, starting with the champion on a 5. That's going to be 1 mortal wound, and then everybody else hitting on 3s. So we're just going to do 1 mortal wound and 1 hit, wounding on a 3, and we got 1 hit at -1 rend.
Reroll. Oh no, I don't reroll 3s.
Okay. So 1 guy just dies outright, and 1 guy will take a wound. That's it for my shooting phase. I'm not going to go ahead and charge. So let's go in terms of points, actually. I will be holding this objective for 3 victory points. I do hold that objective for 1, and I do hold this objective for 1, which will bring me to a whopping 5 victory points.
Wow. And I took casualties on units with bravery 7, only lost 1, so no battle shock.
Yeah, no battle shock. So we're going to go right now into Stormcast Eternals, turn number 1.
Okay, my hero phase is really easy, but I'm going to do 3 things. 2 things just because I thought I'd mention them. First thing is, I haven't chosen a Stormhost keyword. As this is a gentlemanly game, Vito agreed not to take his most powerful keyword.
Which is Hagnar.
And in return, I didn't take a keyword for mine because they would just they're not as strong, they would give me a little bit more advantage. Anyway, second thing is, in case you're wondering, you're thinking, why are these Sigmarites being so aggressive and less nice? I read this when I read the code. What's it called? Battle Tome.
Yep.
And I was really excited by the idea of playing Sigmarites that have started losing it a bit because they've regenerated so many times. So that's why I picked that. I said to Vito, "Can we have that theme for the battle?" Anyway, and now this is the thing. This is the only thing I do in my hero phase, so this is going to be really quick from now on. I'm going to use the warding lantern from my Lord Castellant and choose the Judicators, and they're going to get +1 to their save. Boom. I think we need a before and after. All of this lot are going to shuffle forward slightly because I'm toying with not taking your bait.
Okay, so tell you what, move your stuff and then I'll show you where they go.
Yeah. So I rolled a 1 for their charge, so I couldn't actually get enough within range of this objective anyway.
For their run.
For their run. Now, I could have used a command point, but I didn't think it was important enough. I've tried to maximise the number of shots that I can get from these Judicators. I've got this ballista within 18 inches of that unit, but this one I couldn't quite get it within 18 inches. And I've repositioned slightly. I've drawn these from the right, which was always my intention.
Yeah, because you rolled a 6 for a run here, and then you rolled a 1, I think, for a run here as well.
I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing. I'm trying to create a cluster here that can compete for those 2 objectives on the left. I'm going to roll for... no, I'm going to move these 2 up 12. Should we again do it off camera? Because it's got a bit of awkwardness with the steps.
Yeah, I'm just going to move your guy 12 up here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll see there.
There we go. Obviously, if I could move him over an enemy unit during that 12-inch movement, which you can sometimes do because he can fly with a bit of a weird swingy move, he would apply damage, but there's no one that near, and I'm just going to move this one up behind, and he was touching it before, so there we go. I feel like I have a real dilemma with these Vanguard Paladors. I think they're really out of position. Clearly I could charge them forward here, but I just think that's a death charge because I don't think they're going to do enough damage, and then you've got so many units. I'm trying to make it so that these units here haven't got very much to do, which in tactical terms means I should have a numbers advantage elsewhere on the board. So I do not want to just throw them into there because I'm just giving up that possible tactical advantage. Oh, yeah, so I'm really torn. Now, if I can roll, I can either move 12 inches or I can move 66. If I move 66, I can't charge. So I'm going to roll 66 on the gamble that I get something really useful that I can do something with. Yeah.
So Duncan rolled a 18, and what do you think they're going to go, Duncan?
Yeah, spawn statistical average. I think the best thing they can do is come up here. They're not going to be able to charge because they rode the light etheric. However, they can act as blockers on the stairs, and they're going to be able to throw a couple of javelins, which is going to contribute something.
And this is where these guys are going to be ending up, charging up the stairs. Next, we're going to be going into the shooting phase. We're going to be starting with this ballista, firing into the big block of witch elves. Looking for 5s to hit. Getting 2.
That's what I wanted, because that's D6 shots each of those. So let's roll that now. Whee!
For 3.
Whee!
Wounding on 3s, getting 2. That does destroy my save, even with Blood Shield. So I still have my 6-up Fanatical Faith. No, just 2 Witch Elves do go down. Next, we're going to have the big squad of Adjudicators firing into the Witch Elves.
I've got 4 shock bolt bows here at the front, and one of them is my leader in the blue. Tell me in the comments below, or at least share with other viewers in the comments below if the leader isn't allowed to have one, but I can't see anything saying you can't. So I'm going to roll the leader first, because the leader gets +1 to hit. So that's a hit, and then I'm going to roll the other 3. Okay, now there's a special rule for these. Each one is going to be D6 instead of 1. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah, I like that. 20.
And everybody else?
To save time, I'm going to roll everyone else now. So, wounding on a 3.
So we have 20 wounds from all those bows. Unfortunately, my blood shield is just shy. I'm like 4 guys out of my blood shield, so I don't get my +1.
And you might be thinking, if it's a gentlemanly game, why isn't Duncan allowing it? But the problem is you couldn't otherwise be on the objective. So
yeah, so it's okay.
Yeah,
those are the rules.
So
I do get my 6-up Fanatical Faith. Only converting 2.
So that's 18.
So 18 Witch Elves do go down. That is a big, big hit.
Wow. And do they have to take battle shock?
They don't, because I drink from the Witch's Brew.
But if they hadn't, then they would.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The second bolt thrower?
Yeah, now that's in single shot range, so they hit on a 3.
No, we get a 2.
No, that's a miss. The Vanguard Paladors. Now, remember they didn't run. They actually rode the etheric waves.
And they're going to be firing their javelins into the Witch Elves on top of the bridge.
Yep, and when you ride the etheric, you can't charge, but it doesn't say you can't shoot. Anyway, hitting on 3s.
I'm getting 3.
Wounding on 3s. -1 rend.
So I am within range of Blood Shield for these ladies. So it goes to a 6-up save, which I save 1, and then I have my 6-up Fanatical Faith.
What? Wow, that's awesome.
I'll re-roll that.
And that was re-rollable, yeah?
It is re-rollable.
Wow.
Oh, so just 1 dies. Boop.
This Drakesworn Templar has a Skybolt bow, which he's going to fire. That's a hit. That's a wound.
What's the AP on that?
That's -1.
-1 rend?
Yeah.
So 5-up goes to a 6-up, which I save.
Wow. Okay, now sadly I don't get to do this because it says at the start of your shooting phase. So I would have been rolling. I would have done Roiling Thunderhead and picked that unit over there. And for every 6+ that I roll, that would have been a mortal wound.
Yeah.
And I could have done the same from this one as well, but I've sadly missed out on that.
And the only reason why we're not doing that is because in my previous bat reps, with the Mistress of Illusion, that has to be done at the start of the hero phase. So, learning lesson for me and for both Duncan. Next, we're going to go into the charge phase. The General on Dragon. I imagine you charge first?
Oh wait, did I throw the javelin?
We did.
Yes, I did. Yes. He's going to charge first, so he needs I think he needs a 5. We can measure. Oh yeah, definitely.
8 more than enough.
What are we saying about the wall here?
So we are saying that the dragons and models cannot go on top, but the dragon does get in. And we are just moving the objective out of the way, but we do know it because it is represented by a little bit of a coin. Unfortunately, this dragon cannot physically fit on top of the platform here, so it won't make a charge, and these guys are a little bit too far away for making a charge as well. So we're going to jump into the combat phase now, and the guy on top is going to strike first?
Actually, if we got to do it by the rules, obviously. Now it says that after it makes a piling move, I can use my cavernous jaws.
Oh, okay.
So again, feel free to help other viewers in the comments. I'm not actually piling in because I'm already in base to base with 2.
Okay.
But I don't know what the wording means. So he has had the opportunity to pile in. So maybe he's piled in 0.
So you're gonna pile in. You're gonna attack with
I'm
the
going to
jaws?
pile in 0. Is that okay?
All right. So with the jaws.
Yep. So that's going to be a. There's a special rule for this. So I have to roll. I have to roll more than the model's wound characteristic, and then it's slain. That's what the rule says.
I just have 1 wound, so just 3 guys go away.
Yeah, and I don't think you get anything.
So I suppose just 3 daughters die outright. So let's take.
Yeah, we were trying to work out whether they'd get their fanatical faith save, and we were comparing it to other abilities.
Like mortal wounds, and it doesn't say mortal wound, so I imagine just slain outright.
I think so.
Next, we're going to be attacking with its great claws, hitting on 3s, getting 3, and winning on 3s, getting only 1. Rend on that?
-1.
-1. So I will have a 6-up save because of Blood Shield, which I fail, and the
D3 damage. So it's 2 damage.
2 damage. Looking for 6-up Fanatical Faith, re-rolling. No, so just 1 more does die. And now we have the guy on top with his hammer.
Yep, technically an arc hammer, hitting on 3s.
Getting 2.
Wounding on 3s.
Getting 1. Rend.
-1.
We're looking for a 6-up.
This is because you got +1 to your save, yeah?
Yeah.
So now that's 3 damage.
4 for 3 damage. Looking for 6s, which I get to re-roll.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
Oh!
Wow.
Trip 6s. No damage.
Okay, sweeping tail. I have to roll less than 25 on a d6. Wow, look at that. So you now get D3 mortal wounds.
For 3.
And that helps with the earlier rules interpretation because that's from the same war scroll and that is specifying mortal wounds there. So I think we can say that the other one didn't mean mortal wounds.
Right. So I do suffer 3 mortal wounds. So I get to ignore these on 6s, which I do save 1, and then I re-roll these on.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 more dies.
Oh yeah, look at that! Wow.
Wow, Duncan. Wow. And now my witch elves, they're gonna go ahead and pile in, just like so. I'm gonna start with the hag first, hitting on 2s. All will hit. And then we have everybody else going to be attacking. We're going to be hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Spook. We have 19 wounds with a 3-up save.
And note that they are damage 1 and there's no mortal wounds involved, so I don't get any of my shenanigans. 19 3-up saves, please.
So we do have 7 wounds total, but I did roll some 1s, or you did roll some 1s.
Yeah, so I've got 4 rerolls due to my Sigmar Thunder Shield, and any of these that save, you'll suffer a mortal wound.
Oh, wow, okay. So some mortal wounds come back to me. 6-up Fanatical Faith save, and re-rolling. Oh, okay, so I'm going to take 2 mortal wounds back. And the Star Dragon takes 12, or not 12, but has 12 mortal wounds remaining. And that is going to be the end of the Stormcast Eternal turn. Definitely won't be having this objective because I have way more models.
Yeah.
I have more models on this objective, so this one will be mine. And unfortunately, we are tied on this objective as well, so no points will be scored over here.
Should we just clarify that you drank from the something?
The Witch's Brew.
Which means that you don't take Battle Shock.
Yeah, no Battle Shock will be taken on any of my turns. So which is going to be really great, especially on
Wait,
this
you just
flank.
said any of your turns.
Sorry, any from my turn over
You'd
here.
have to re-drink next turn.
I will have to re-drink.
And will it carry over if I get to go first? It carries on to your next hero phase.
Yes, it
Okay,
does.
cool.
Yes, it does.
Just so I check.
And speaking of which, so at the current score right now is 5-0 in favor of the Daughters of Khaine. But we do
Which
actually
is kind of okay because I knew that I was going to be taking a hit in the first turn.
fair enough.
I think that the Stormcast Eternals in this battle, I think it's about rounds 3, 4, and 5.
Fair enough. That makes it maybe a little bit late game.
Yeah.
So we actually have to go ahead and roll a die
Oh, yes.
to see who gets the reroll.
Come on, Taco Cat. Yay!
Oh, a 3. I do in ties. A 1. So Duncan, do you want to have the next turn?
Yeah. Did you have any more questions?
No? Wow. Wow, Duncan, wow. So let's go into Stormcast Eternals. Turn number 2. So before we go into Duncan's turn, which objective is going to be the one that is worth the most? We've got 1, 2, and 3 on a D3. Oh, this one again on top is the one that's going to be worth the most.
My hero phase, he's going to light the lantern and give these guys with bows a rerollable save. It's not rerollable, it's something.
Jumping into the movement phase now.
This is before.
Same, so we're just going to move these guys up?
Yeah.
This unit here of Liberators, they're moving up as well.
I'm kind of torn. I wanted to hold them back a bit, but I really want to get these ballistas in range to do more damage.
Adjudicator's moving up.
And I'm going to have to do a bit of shenanigans here to make sure that the ballista's in range I can see, so it's going to be a bit faffy now.
And then we had this unit just kind of move more forward this way now.
So that's all of that side done now. Like I said, I felt the need to push these forward so they can do more damage. I've had to compromise my original plan about holding back a little bit.
And then swifting over to this side.
Yeah, now this guy has all of them within 18 inches. So I'll now remember that at the start of the shooting phase he does the big mortal wound, like dishing out. Which means I've got room to fit these in and they may actually be able to get into combat. I tried pre-measuring and there's no way I think that this guy can even get in behind, even though he's got fly. So he doesn't get to take part in the combat. I'm moving them as far as I can, but there's a wing in the way. There we go. Getting ready to charge. This Star Drake will do the Roiling Thunderhead, which means that I get to roll 22 dice, and each 6+ will be a mortal wound to that unit that I picked over there.
2.
2.
6 up Fanatical Faith, and re-rolling it. Oh, just 1 dies.
Same ability from the other Star Drake, hoping for more 6s. Oh, I did technically get more.
3 this time, and re-rolling. 2 die. Next, we're going to go with this ballista, firing into my Witch Elves.
Needing 5 is looking for a 6, so that's 2 hits, and that's D6 hits. So that's another 4, so I'll throw another 3 dice. And that's going to be wounding on 3s.
Nice. Getting 4. That's going to go right through my armor, but I do have a 6 up Fanatical Faith, so 3 will die. The other ballista now, firing with the same squad.
I'm concerned that your witches are a bit too fanatical, by the way.
Oh, they're very fanatical.
1 hit.
No wound. The Judicators now, they're going to be firing into what remains of the Witch Elves.
Exactly the same as before. I'm going to start off with the Skybolt bows. I'll start with the leader. He hits, and the other ones hit. Now, each one that hits is D6.
So we have 3d6. That is not
That's
great.
12.
Not good.
I think that's pretty... Oh, not good for you. Yeah.
Thank you, Duncan.
No, sorry, I was on board with that. And then I have messed up slightly. I'll explain why in a minute. And they're going to hit on 3s.
Wounding on 3s.
I'm not sure. I think I didn't mess up, actually.
6 up Fanatical Faith. I think the squad is dead.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's going to wipe them all out.
1 Skybolt bow from here, 3s and 3s.
I imagine you're going to the Witch Elves?
Oh, yes. I'm not interested in targeting anything else at the moment. That's a hit,
Nothing.
and that's not a wound.
The Vanguard Paladors now, they're going to be firing into the Witch Elves.
Some are in range with their pistols now, so starting with the javelins, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. -1 rend.
I am within range of my Blood Shield, so 6 up. Followed by my 6 up Fanatical Faith, and re-rolling my 6 up Fanatical Faith. Ooh, 3 die. They also have their Boltstorm pistols,
So hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s.
Oh, getting 3.
No rend on those 3.
5 up save. Rerolling the 1s because of Mystic Shield. Okay. 6 up Fanatical Faith. And rerolling that. No, 2 die. Jumping down to the charge phase. Who's going to be declaring some charges?
The Vanguard Paladors.
Alright.
We measured it as a 3, but actually it might be more than 3, so it might be awkward to get round. So we've got 6 inches to make the awkward little jiggle round.
And that is how these guys are going to be able to make it. And essentially we have 2 guys in, and this guy will kind of continue the line across. Jumping into the combat phase now, we're going to start with the general on the dragon.
So again, we got this tricky rules thing. We're saying he's piled in 0 inches, which means he can then do his cavernous jaws. So I then... I should have remembered, this is the one which had the awkward wording, so I need to roll more than 1, which is their wounds characteristic,
So
and
2.
then they're slain.
So 2 ladies are just go down.
3 attacks with the Celestine Hammer. Again, you might have said in the comments that I gave this the wrong name last time, and I think I did, and I may have got the stats wrong, but I hope I got it right this time. 1 hit, wounding on a 2, that's a wound.
Rend?
-1.
Minus a 1, 6 up, save, which I don't, and then 3 damage.
D3
Oh,
damage,
D3 damage.
because I think I got the stats wrong
For
last
2
time.
damage. And then re-rolling the failed Fanatical Faith save, 2 more die.
The Great Claws are 3s, and then 3s.
Just
-1 rend.
6 up armor, which I fail. Damage
D3.
for just 1. 6 up Fanatical Faith. Re-rollable. No, 1 more dies.
And now I do the sweeping tail. I need to roll less than the number of models that are left on a D6. Oh look, I did. And now it's D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds.
6 up Fanatical Faith. Re-rollable. Ooh, 1 more dies. My attack's back. I think I'm just going to put everything into your general. I'm going to be putting everything, like I said, into the general, and I am within 8 inches of a hero. So I'm going to have an extra attack, starting with the hag, hitting on 2s. Ooh, getting only 2. And the rest of the ladies hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s.
7 wounds. I'm hoping for 1s here. Oh, just 2. Come on, come on. Oh yeah, so that's 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds, 6 up, followed by 6s. Oh, alright, so
We
just
both take 1.
Yep. Next, going to be the Vanguard Paladors attacking into the Witch Elves.
I have 4 weapons in this unit, so note that the Lunar Blade is not unfortunately in range, so I don't get to use that special ability. Starting with the shock hand axes, I've got 4 attacks within range, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s.
Ooh, what's the rend?
Dash.
Dash. Alright, so I have a 5 up save, which I make none of them.
Mystic Shield.
Oh, Mystic Shield, thank you. Nope. Followed by 6s, and re-rolling those. Whoa, only 1 goes down.
Oh, fanatical again. 3 Star Strike Javelins are in range, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s.
1.
-1 range.
6 up.
Mystic
Reroll shield. Okay. 6. Followed by 6. No. 1 goes down.
I've got 6 Razor Beak and Claw attacks in range, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s.
Oh, only getting 1.
-2 rend.
Oh, I don't have a save on that one, but I do have my Fanatical Faith. Rerollable. No, 1 more die. What's damage?
1. So
1.
your save that isn't a save
Is
didn't work.
Did not work. No, just 1 damage. I have 3 ladies left. Oh boy. Oh, sorry, 4. In terms of a battle shock now, I don't have to take it because
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah, I still drink from the Witch's Brew, and that happens at the end of my hero phase. In terms of points, you actually will be scoring the most important one because you have 5 models. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within 6. Whoop! I only have 4 Witch Elves who are currently there, and there is no other points Actually, no. You actually do have these guys
I
over
get
here.
this one as well.
Yeah, so you have 4 right now.
I think this is a tactical bonus for the Warriors of Sigmar because I wasn't expecting to get any points until turn 3.
Yeah, so you're going to be going up by 4 this turn. So the current score right now is 5-4 in favors of the Daughters of Khaine. But we're going to go into Daughters of Khaine, turn number 2. Start of my hero phase. I'm going to use my Mistress of Illusion ability from my Kelborn, and I'm going to have my Hag Queen, Hapala. I'm going to have her teleport, poof, and I'm going to have her go right over here.
Oh, nice.
Into the middle of the army. Then what I'm going to do for Morathi is I think the time is now. So she's going to poof, and she will transform into her beautiful self. Next, Hag Queen Hippolyta. She's going to have this unit here of Blood Sisters drink from the Witch's Brew. So they're going to be re-rolling all failed wound rolls, and they are immune to battle shock. I think I'm also going to start with my Medusa on the Cauldron. She's going to cast the Shadow ability. It goes off on a 5, Steed of Shadows, and we do get it off on a 7. So she can now have a movement of 16 and she can fly. Next, I'm going to go with my Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. She's going to put the Catechism of Murder, and we're going to put it on this unit here of Blood Sisters. Looking for a 3, and we do get it with a 5. So with Catechism of Murder, if I roll a 6 to hit, it now counts as 2 hits instead of 1. And she's also going to do the Martyr's Sacrifice on this unit over here on a 3+. She rolls a 2, so nothing happens. Next, we're going to go with Hag Queen Hippolyta. She's going to use her prayer, the Sacrament of Blood, on this unit. On a 3, which we do get with a 4. So now they're going to cast or count as their blood rights table being 1 better. So with this unit now, they are going to be, anytime they hit, they get to re-roll 1s. I think now we're going to go for Mind Razor on my General, and she's going to be putting it on this unit right over here of Blood Sisters. And we do successfully get that off with a 9. And with Mind Razor, it counts as an additional -1 rend on their weapons. So these ladies here, they're going to have -2 on their weapons. And if their bravery is higher than their enemies, their damage counts as 2 damage weapons. And for the Hag Queen on the Cauldron, we are going to go for the Blessing of Khaine. And I think we're going to throw that on the super buffed unit. It goes off on a 3, which we get a 4. So this unit here now can re-roll their failed Fanatical Faith save rolls. And for my last spell, we're going to go for Asnapal's Black Horror from Morathi. She is going to be targeting the dragon from her line of sight. We are looking for a 7. And we do actually get it off right on the dot. Duncan, do you have anything to stop that?
I have nothing. No.
No? Okay. So the way this works is on a, I rolled die. On a 1, you suffer 1 mortal wound. On a 2, you suffer, on a 2 to 3, you suffer D3. And on a 4+, you suffer D6. So on a 4, you're going to suffer D6 mortal wounds. For a total of 2 mortal wounds.
Against?
Your General.
Oh, I can ignore those on a 5
Oh, very nice.
Here we go.
No, he's just going to take 2 mortal wounds.
Well, he's definitely into his second bracket, well into that now. Down to 9.
Jumping into my movement phase, I'm going to start with these Blood Sisters, the super buffed one, and they're just going to slither their way right to here. The Blood Sisters in the middle, they're going to go 8 inches and join their sisters. The Blood Rack Shrine that can fly, it's going to go over the building and right here.
So you pulled off that spell again.
I did.
Cool.
Slaughter Queen is just going to drive on up to here. Other Blood Sisters, we're just going to start being aggressive. Be aggressive. Bloodstalkers moving on up as well towards the objective in the middle. Cauldron of Blood moving. Morathi sees that her left flank is going to crumble, so she's going to fly on up right to here.
I've noticed you're not saying try anymore. You just said that it is going to crumble. So
Yeah.
it sounds like a prediction to me.
Right.
I like the sound of that. Also, something else which is amusing me is this blood cauldron always moves. This blood cauldron always moves. Is this called a blood cauldron?
Blood Rack Shrine.
Blood rack shrine. But this blood cauldron always drives. Has anyone else noticed that?
Yeah, this one's, it got a little stick shift.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
And I think my general's happy where she is. I don't want to forget about my blood stalkers down here on my right flank, so they're just going to slither on down 8 inches.
I guess they don't get any negatives to shoot if they move a bit, do they?
They don't.
So you might as well.
Yeah. Get into some better positions. Jumping into the shooting phase now, we're going to be starting with my blood stalkers. You know what? They're going to turn around and they're going to take some pot shots at your general.
No.
Yep, we're going to start off with the leader hitting on a 2+, which we actually rolled a 6, so that's going to be 1 mortal wound. And then everybody else on 3s. Oh, and we rolled 2 6s, so that's going to be 2 mortal wounds. Everybody else wounding on 3s. I'll re-roll that one. All right, missing 1. So we have 1 hit, -1. Everyone else, he's going to be taking 3 mortal wounds.
Let's do 5 ups to ignore mortal wounds because of his, I think, command ability.
So ignores 1, he's going to take 2 mortal wounds.
And then this is a 3-up save. I'm looking for a 1. No, that was the worst. So I've just taken 3 wounds.
Bringing him down to 6. The Bloodstalkers are on top of the ridge. They're going to be taking some shots down below into... Oh, what are these guys called again?
Oh,
The Liberators. First guy hitting on a 2. Getting to be hit. And everyone else on 3s. Alright, we've got 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting only 3. AP 1, or Rend 1.
So that's a 5-up save, and because of their shields, they'll reroll 1s. 2 wounds.
So 1 guy dies, and 1 will take a wound. Next, we're going to have the Medusa on her Blood Rack Shrine. She's going to try to turn these guys into stone. I only have 6 guys within range, so on 5s, they turn to stone. Only 1 guy takes 1 mortal wound. I think 1 guy only had 1.
Yeah, so that finishes him off, because 1 had 1 at the start of the turn.
Next, Morathi. She's going to use her Gaze of Morathi, and we're going to be firing it into the Paladors, I believe it's called. She hits on a 2+, which we get with a 3, and I believe they have 4 wounds.
The Vanguard Paladors, which I just checked the name, have 5 wounds.
5 wounds. So I need to exceed your wounds characteristic, and if I do, a model is slain outright. So I need to roll a 6 up. No, I rolled a 3.
You've had so much practice of rolling 6s.
Especially today. Jumping into the charge phase now. I'm going to start with the super buffed unit.
Don't feel you have to charge.
You don't feel I have to charge?
No,
I think I'm going to, though.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Here we go with their charge.
Still too late.
Getting
Remember that
a
in the
7.
rules, even if you roll a charge, you don't actually have to make a charge.
I think I'm going to, though.
Okay.
You know, with that 7, we're going to go this direction. So we're just going to go badoop, badop, blue dabba dee dabba die. Right to here. Whoop. Oh, I'm getting tangled in strings, just like Ultron said. The Cauldron that flew, she's going to charge as well. Double 1s. You know what? I'm going to spend a command point. Reroll that. Oh, 7. 7 is more than enough for her to crash into the guys over here. Unit of 5, they're going to be charging as well. Woo! Getting a 9. So they're going to go into these guys. Blood Sisters on my left flank declaring a charge as well. Ooh, 7 as well. I think that's enough to make it in.
Definitely.
And Morathi herself declaring a charge. Ooh, getting a 7. 7's across the board. Lucky me. So she's just gonna go to there. We have to resolve the impact hits from the cauldron on a 2+. You suffer D3 mortal wounds. We got 4 for D3 for a total of 3 mortal wounds into these guys.
Oh, I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So going first, or picking first to attack with, I think I'm going to attack with the very buffed unit of Blood Sisters. And the reason why I'm going to go with them is because of Morathi, she has the Iron Heart of Khaine. She can never take more than 3 wounds in a turn. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to go with the buffed unit just in case, you know, they do a bunch of wounds there. So I'm going to strike with them first.
Interestingly, I think that's the correct move anyway, because are they within 6? Oh no, I forget it. I'm talking rubbish.
So we're going to start with the champion, hitting on 2s, re-rolling the 1s because this turn counts as 1 higher for them. All right, so getting 3 hits. Looking for 3s for everybody else. Re-rolling the 1s. Okay, and these 6s count as an additional hit.
Take out the miss.
Looking for 3s to wound. And we are re-rolling all of our failed wounds because of the Witch's Brew. 16 wounds at -1.
So 5 up save, re-rolling 1s for shields. I think this is a pointless roll, but anyway.
So that's going to be 6.5 Stormcast going down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5.
I do have to do my Crystal Touch attacks, which essentially turn you into stone. For the commander on a 3-up, does a mortal wound, nothing, and then everybody else that's in base contact, we're looking for 4s. All right, so it's going to be 4 more mortal wounds.
I'm going to transfer this to there and take these 2 as well.
Next, we're going to go with the General fighting Morathi.
Okay, a couple of rules issues. First one is, I just checked the rule book and you can pile in up to 3 inches, so I can do a piling move of 0 inches, it seems. So we were fine about that interpretation. And I forgot about a bonus D3 attacks when I charged. Sorry about that. And I've confirmed I did read off the wrong page the first time I did attacks with it, which I think probably weakened it slightly, but it's a bit of a wash with the other mistakes anyway, I think. So now, at the start, when it's the piling phase, I don't think I have to declare my attacks yet, which means I can do my Cavernous Jaws first before deciding what to do with the other attacks.
Okay. So what are we hitting on?
This is where you have to roll greater than the model's wound characteristics. So that's 2.
10, 12.
Oh, I see. Well, I obviously wouldn't do it against her. Because
You're going to do it on the...
Yeah.
Alright, so just 2 die.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 Witch Elves remaining.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the Celestine Hammer against them. And then I'll do I'll do the Great Claws against them, and I'll do the Celestine Hammer against this lady here. So let's do the Celestine Hammer first. 3 attacks, doesn't degrade, so it still hits on a 3.
Getting
3
3
hits. Wounds on a 2. -1 rend.
So we've got 2 wounds. She is within range of Blood Shield, which gives her a 3-up save, but -1, so she goes to a 4-up, which she makes
nice. So now Claws against the
Witch Elves?
The Witch Elves, thank you. So they all hit, even though he's damaged, because they needed 4s. And then I wound on 3s.
Range? Or sorry, rend?
-1.
-1. 6-up save, which I make 2 of them, followed by my Fanatical Faith save, which I fail 1. So 1
You're not
will die.
re-rolling that anymore?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm going to go next and attack with these Blood Sisters. 3 attacks from the champion, hitting on 2s. All will hit. And everybody else hitting on 3s. Ooh, that is not a good roll. And wounding on 3s.
Do you want to roll the other 3 as well?
Oh yeah, you're right. I gotta do those from the champion. Ugh.
5-up saves, re-rolling 1s, 4 wounds.
So
yeah, I almost went for this unit next, but I wanted to try and knock your leader down to doing D6 instead of 6 damage, which didn't work out in the end.
I do have to go ahead and do my Crystal Touch now. The leader does it on a 3+. No, and then everybody else on 4s. So she's going to take 1 mortal wound.
Which I can't do anything about. 1 wound left. Down.
Next, we're going to go with the Liberators attacking the Medusa on Cauldron.
If I pile in, is there any disadvantage? Is there anything she can do if she's like really close?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to pile in. Now, do you have a wounds characteristic of 5 or more?
I do have.
So I have Lay Low the Tyrant, so I get to add 1 to my hit rolls.
Okay.
So I would normally be hitting on 3s, I'll actually be hitting on 2s. So that didn't make any difference. Winning on 4s.
Looking for a 5-up save. Okay. Just 1 damage.
Yeah.
6-up Fanatical Faith. So I'm going to take 4 wounds, down to 9. Next, I'm going to attack with this unit here of Blood Sisters. We're going to pile into the last 2 remaining. Starting with the champion, hitting on 2s. All will hit. And everyone else on 3s. Reroll that one. We are wounding on 3s. All right, now these are going to be counting as -1 or -2.
We don't need to worry about this too much. Oh, look, they're dead.
I do that, okay? It's mind raised. So yeah, they're mind raised, which means the AP does count as -1, and because my bravery is higher than yours, it's 2 damage.
Yeah.
So these guys are now annihilated.
Very fancy.
Next, we're going to go with the Vanguard Paladors.
For the same reason as last time, this wing being in the way, we still only got 2 in combat, and because of a slight pile-in by Vito, I no longer have the other one within extra range, blah blah blah. Anyway, this one's going to throw all its attacks at
Morathi.
And then this one's going to throw all its attacks at
The last Witch Elf. Who would you like to start with first?
Let's do Hand Axe against Morathi. Hitting on 3s.
Getting 2.
Wounding on 3s.
Getting 2. She is still within range of
No
Blood
rend.
Shield, so I have a 3-up save. Which I fail 1 damage.
1.
So she's going to take 1. She's down to 11.
Did she get a 6-up?
Oh yeah, 6-up Fanatical Faith. Which I fail, so she's down to 11.
Let's do the Shock Hand Axe against the Little Duda. Hitting on 3s again. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. No rend.
5. Oh, 6. No, she does die.
Star Strike Javelin against Morathi. 1 attack. 4s to hit. Misses. Razor Beacon Claws. Same target. 3s to hit. And 3s to wound.
Nothing. Next, we're going to go with Morathi. What I think I'm going to do is her spear attack is going to. All of the attacks are going to be put into your general. The spear is going to go. Spear is going to go into your general. The tail will go into the Paladors, and then her crown. Just to be safe, the crown will go into your general as well. So the Heartrender Spear hitting on 3s. Ooh, all will hit. Wounding on 3s. The rend on this is going to be -2.
Which puts me to a 5-up.
Okay.
And how much damage do they do?
These are going to be 3 damage each.
So because of my special leader ability, that means I get to reroll failed saves. So that's going to be 5-ups, rerolling everything, so I can ignore the one for... Oh! I'm going to claim that as a shield reroll because of its special ability, and I get to reroll that first. Okay, so I fail that. My shield reroll is a fail anyway, so I take 2.
So 6 damage.
6. Okay, he's dead.
Yeah, general does go down. Careful. Tease it, tease it. Boom. General does go down to Morathi's spear. And the tail attack on a 3, which we hit. 3s to wound. We got a 3. It's going to be at -2 into the Paladors. We're looking for a 6-up save. No, it's going to be a flat 6 damage.
Wowza. 1 goes down and 4 wounds left on another one. I'm going to take the one that keeps falling off his horse. Check it out. There you go.
Liberators now are going to be attacking into my Blood Sisters.
I've already piled in. 2 attacks each. Hitting on 4s. And actually hitting on 3s. Oops.
Wounding on 4s. Getting
3.
We actually rolled 1-1 to hit, and because of Temple Nest, whenever you fight a Temple Nest unit, you suffer 1 mortal wound. So just 1 mortal wound on the Liberator. There's no rend on this.
No.
So I have a 5-up save, followed by 6-up Fanatical Faith. So I'm just going to take 1 wound. And for my last unit that can fight back, we're going to be going in with the Medusa
I
on
forgot
Cauldron.
about that. Oh dear.
So we're going to start off with her Tail of Serpents, getting d6 attacks for a total of 5 attacks. Looking for 4s to hit, only getting 2, and 4s to wound, getting 2. No rend. Major
Wow,
saves.
look at
Nice.
that.
Next, we're going to go with the Whisper Claw. 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, and wounding on 3s. Nothing. 2 attacks with the Spear, hitting on 3s, getting 2, and wounding on 3s. Ooh, getting 2 at -1. 1
Rerolling for shield.
Oh, and you make it. Look at that go.
Whoa.
And because I am bracketed, I have 5 attacks with the Shrine Keepers on 3s. And 3s to wound. Getting 3. No rend.
4 ups, rerolling 1s. So I've taken 3. Oh, these 2. My Liberators are annoyingly within 3. That's bad planning on my part. I'm not going to pile in because I want some tactical flexibility later, and it's going to result in me making, like, I think 1 attack, which has like about a 10% chance of doing anything at all.
So then, technically speaking, this unit of Judicators is now in combat with this unit of 5 Blood Sisters.
Yeah, and you can say, oh, but even if I had to pile in, which is debatable because we didn't check the rules, you're allowed to pile in up to 3 inches. So I'm like, oh, I'll pile in 0 inches. Look at that, woo.
Jumping to the Battle Shock phase now. On a 5 or 6, we're going to lose some guys. They are okay.
And on a 3 up, I'm going to lose some of them.
Ooh, not great. Going back to Azir. At the end of my turn, though, I'm actually only going to be scoring 1 point, as I do have this center objective. Duncan does have control of this one right over here, but I'm feeling kind of confident over here. And then he does currently control this main objective, which is right over there. So
I think they could be observant viewers noticing that. Now that my Liberators are more involved, some of them have swords. That I just completely missed that they had swords and not axes. So I've been playing as though they've all got axes. But it just means that the hits and the 2 wounds get switched. It's not a super big deal.
Which means now that we have to do the roll-off, Duncan does win ties.
Ready?
I get a 4.
Oh, I need a 5 or a 6.
Oh, a 1. So we're going to go into Daughters of Khaine, turn number 3. Before my turn begins, we have to see which one of the 3 objectives is worth the most. Oh, again, it's this one right over here. I guess we're all fighting for this bridge. Starting off with my hero phase, we're going to be starting with Arcane Bolt from the Medusa on the Shrine. We're going to be putting it on this unit here of the Liberators. Looking for a 5. Oh, and we fail with a 4. We're going to do some prayers now for my Cauldron, the Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. We're going to put the Catechism of Murder on this unit of 5, again, on a 3+, which we do. So these guys are now catechismed. She's also going to do Martyr's Sacrifice, because hey, why not, on a 3, which we fail with a 2. We're going to put the Blessing of Khaine on this unit over here. From this unit onto the Blood Sisters on a 3+. It does go off, so now they can reroll their failed Fanatical Faith save rolls. Morathi is going to cast Asnapal's Black Horror into these guys over here. Is the Paladors, right?
Yes.
Yes. We're looking for a 7 for that. And we do get it with an 8, even with the +1 for me and the -1 from you. So it goes off on an 8. I go ahead and I roll a 2+, or I roll a die, I should say. So I get a 3, and you will be suffering D3 mortal wounds because I rolled a 3. For a total of 3 mortal wounds because I rolled a 6.
The one at the back is down to 1 wound.
My general's actually hiding, so there's no one that she could actually mine. You know what? No, I'm going to put Mind Razor, actually. Actually, I will put Mind Razor on the Shrine Keeper. Not Shrine Keeper, but the Medusa on the Shrine. Looking for a 7, which actually, it's a fail. So, jumping now into my movement phase. We're going to start with my Blood Sisters here. They're just going to be moving up as close as they can, getting ready for a charge.
Question, can you do that if you're already within 3 inches?
These ladies were not within 3.
Of
These
course,
were.
of course, of course.
Yeah.
And also, for the benefit of viewers, he did actually do a little jump. It was very sweet.
I'm going to bring this Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. She's just going to drive on up and about face. And my other Cauldron moving on up 6 to here. We can't forget about the Bridge Slitherers. They're just going to continue down the path. This actually looks really cool. Look at this. Look at these Bridge Slitherers. So we're going to go right into the shooting phase now. We're going to start with the Blood Stalkers firing into... Is it the Knight Incantor? No, not the Knight Incantor. What's his name?
Lord Castellant.
The Lord Castellant. We're going to be firing with the champion, hitting on a 2, but if I get a 5, it counts as a mortal wound. Getting a 3, and then everyone else on 3s. Looking for 6s. So we got 2 mortal wounds. Looking for 3s to wound. Okay, so we're going to have 3 minus 1. You are going to get the Lookout Sirs.
Which gives +1 save.
Yep.
So he goes 3 up to 4 up to back to 3 up.
So he's going to take 4 wounds total.
He's got 2 remaining.
And then we're going to have these Bloodstalkers as well fire into the guys on top of the bridge. Looking for the champion on a 3, which we, or on 2, sorry, which we hit. Everyone else on 3s. Getting 3. And we're looking for 3s to wound. Getting only 2 at -1.
4 up save becomes a 5 up save.
Saving 1, so 1 will take a wound.
Finishes off the one at the back.
Now that we're on turn 3, the avatars are considered being alive at all times. So they're going to be shooting their hot liquid blood on the Judicators. We've got 6 attacks hitting on 3s. Rerolling hit rolls of 1s because of Blood Rights table on turn 3. Still 1s. Wounding on 3s. So these are going to be at -1 rend.
And they have the light shone on them in the last hero phase, so it's 4 up to 3 up, back to 4 up.
Nice, so
2 wounds.
2 wounds. This avatar is going to be doing the exact same thing into the Liberators, looking for 3s, re-rolling of the 1s, and 3s to wound, -1.
5 ups, re-rolling 1s because of shields.
Oh,
wow.
very nice, Duncan. Medusa on the Shrine is going to do her stare into the 3 Liberators, looking for 5s, so just 2 mortal wounds. Just 1 guy dies. Morathi is going to do her stare of Morathi into the Paladors. We're looking for a 2+, which we hit. They have 5 wounds, so on a 6 up, no, nothing. Going into the charge phase now, we're going to start with the Blood Sisters, which we get a 7, so they're going to be dropping into the Judicators. The Hag Queen on Cauldron Blood, she's going to declare a charge. Getting a 9, or sorry, an 8, which is enough to get us right to here. Crash. We have to do Bladed Impact from the Hag Queen on the Cauldron on a 2+, which we do, D3 mortal wounds, for a total of 2 mortal wounds.
Oh, I can't do anything about that.
No, so they're just going to take 2 mortal wounds. So I think 1 guy goes down and then 1 wound gets shuffled over. So it's my turn to pick. I think I'm going to go hard and go hard. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this unit here of Blood Sisters into the Judicators. Starting with the champion, looking for 2s, getting all of them. And everyone else hitting on 3s. And re-rolling the 1s. Nice. Looking for 3s to wound. We've got a rend of -1.
4 up save. Wow. Half, 1, 2, 3.
And the Crystal Touches try to turn these guys into stone. First one, the leader on a 3+, turning one guy into stone for a mortal wound, and then the other 3 on 4s. So we're going to have 3 more mortal wounds. The Paladors now, they are piling in and going after Morathi.
I'm checking the 1 and 2 inch range weapons.
Starting with the hand axes.
Looking for 3s to hit.
Getting 2.
4s. 3s to wound.
Getting 2.
No rend. 1 down.
Morathi has a 4-up save. She makes them both.
Star Strike, Javelins, 2 inch range. There's 3 attacks, 1 per. 4s to hit. 3s to wound. Wow.
Nothing.
Razor Beacon Claws, 3 attacks per, making 6 because 1 inch range. 3s to hit. 3s to wound.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
-2 with that, so I've got a 6-up save. Okay, followed by 6-up Fanatical Faith. So I just take, what's the damage on that?
1 per.
1. So I just take 2 more damage. She goes down to 9. Going to attack back now with my Blood Sisters into these Judicators. No, sorry, not Judicators. Duncan, what do you guys call again?
Liberators.
Liberators. 3 attacks from the champions on 2s. Re-rolling the 1s. And everybody else on 3s. Re-rolling the 1s. Looking for 3s to wound. We've got 10 wounds at -1.
5-up save, re-rolling 1s. This doesn't look good. Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3, which finish him.
You don't want him to go down.
And then put 1 on him.
The 2 Liberators going against my Medusa on Shrine.
Looking for 4s.
Getting 1.
And then 3s.
1. I've got a 5-up save, which I make. The Shrine will attack back with D6 tail attacks for a total of 6. Looking for 4s to hit. Re-rolling the 1s. And 4s to wound. Getting 3.
Looking for 4s, re-rolling 1s. Way!
Nice.
That's what I needed.
4 attacks with the claw on 4s, re-rolling the 1s. That did not hit. And wounding on 3s. Getting 1.
4 up, re-rolling 1s, not re-rolling 3s.
Just 1 damage. And then the spear attack, we have 2 attacks hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. And then wounding on 3s. Getting 1. It's going to be at -1 to your armor.
5 up.
Hey,
Whoa.
nice.
Oh, this is pretty crucial.
5 attacks on the Shrine Keepers on 3s. And wounding on 3s. Oh, wow, nothing. The Judicators now attacking the Blood Sisters.
Yeah, it's showing the Roman influence of this army. They're going to attack with their Storm Gladiuses. 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s.
Getting 2.
No rend.
No rend. I have a 5-up save. And 6-up. No, just taking 1 wound. Morathi now is going to attack with the Paladors, or into the Paladors. 6 attacks with her spear, hitting on 3s. Ooh, re-rolling the 1s. Oh, awful Morathi. Looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3. These are going to be at random -2.
6 up save.
No, for 3 damage each.
So I'm going to put 1 wound on this chap here.
She has 1 attack with her tail on a 3. But I get to re-roll the 1s. Which she hits. Looking for 3s to wound. And we get a 6. I think it's going to be at -1 or 2. I've got to double check. -2.
Looking for a 6-up save.
No, for D6 damage now, because she is bracketed. For a total of 5 damage.
Oh, I purposely put the early attacks in to reduce that from a 6 to a D6, and it's gave me 1. Wow. Leaving 4 on this one.
And her Crown of Serpents on 3s. Re-rolling the 1s. And wounding on 3s. Just getting 2. No rend on this one, Duncan.
Let's see what I roll. That will be a fail.
No, so this guy just drops down to 2. The two Liberators here, they're going to be attacking into the Blood Sisters.
If you've been shouting at me saying, Duncan, your leaders get +1 attack, well, I think that's not been very relevant, but in the places it was, I forgot, sorry. This time I'm going to remember. Hitting on 4s, winning on 3s.
Getting 2. No Ren.
Nope.
Or do they have a sword?
No, they don't have a red.
No. Okay. 5 up save, followed by 6 up fanatical.
Oh yeah, because I could have brought Grand Hammers and Grand Blades
Okay.
in with them, and I didn't do that.
Okay. So she will die, and 1 wound gets transferred over. Next is going to be this unit here of Blood Sisters. They are stuck in combat, so I do have to pile in 3 inches that way. Only one of them is within range of the ballista, so that's where my attacks have to go. Hitting on 2s, that's because of the champion. All will hit, and wounding on 3s. Just getting 2.
And by the way, we did check. It did end up close. Each ended up closer to its nearest enemy model. 4 up save.
No, just 2 damage does.
Down to 5 wounds.
And then the Crystal Touch on a 3+. It does go through, so 1 mortal wound.
Down to 4 wounds.
The ballista can fight back.
Yeah. Sigmar blades hitting on 4s.
Oh, you rolled 2 1s. So that means you're going to suffer 2 mortal wounds back at you.
Brilliant. Wounding on a 4.
Nothing.
Well, that was great.
And the reason why Duncan suffers mortal wounds is because of Temple
Shenanigans.
Nest. Temple Nest, Duncan. Temple Nest.
It's just your accent's really odd.
I do have my last model to fight, which is the Cauldron, so it's going to go ahead and pile in, and attack the Liberators. We're going to be starting with the Avatar's Sword. It's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All will hit, wounding on 3s. It's going to be a -2.
6 up save. Oh look, they're gone.
Yeah, -3.
Oh well, let's just do it right because I should have re-rolled that for shields. Yeah.
No, 3 damage each, and
oh yeah, wow, okay, yeah.
So we're gonna go right into the battle shock phase now.
Now, I kind of messed up ish because I think I would have liked to have tried to save these with a command point. They're just outside of 6 inches, so they lost 3, bravery 7, so on a 5 or a 6 they'll run. Please, no.
No.
Well, I'm obviously going to make this one run. I'm paying for these to pass, and then these don't need to take one.
Makes sense, yeah, because you lost quite a bit over there, so it makes sense to spend that command point. In terms of points, I still won't be getting this objective over here. I will be holding the center, but I was so close to holding the middle right over here, so I guess we can put this guy down. There's a little bit of flavor. That's a bit unfortunate right there. Morathi will have to continue to hold that one there. But yeah, so I'll just be getting 1 victory point right now, which brings the score right now to 7-4 in favor of the Daughters of Khaine. Well, let's go into Stormcast Eternals, turn number 3.
In my hero phase, I'm going to shine the light. In my movement phase, this chap is going to move so he's out of 3, so that's a retreat so he can't shoot. He's got just enough distance to fly over him and pull back just outside of 3 inches, which means he does damage when he flies. Oh, I was going to try and do the whole thing in one take and I can't because I need to look that rule up.
Oh no, Duncan.
That was only actually for my leaders, so he's going to just pull back a bit, I think. He wants to... No, because I need the objective. So yeah, he's going to go there and he's out of 3 inches. So these are going to move out of 3 inches and retreat because I would like that objective. These aren't going to move because I'm going to rely on weight of firepower to take them out. It's the start of the shooting phase. I'm going to switch from roiling Thunderhead because I only roll 1 die per model. So I'd rather do Rain of Stars. So I'm going to roll a d6. I can pick 3 units on the battlefield, and each one on a 4+ will take d3 mortal wounds. Let's pick these 2. So let's do that one first.
Okay.
Doesn't. That one does d3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal
One
wound.
mortal wound on a 6+. No, so she'll just take 1 mortal wound over here.
I'm going to do these over here as well. So on a 4+, no. The Palador can't shoot because it retreated. This chap can shoot his Skybolt bow, which hits on a 3.
Getting a 1.
That's a miss.
Jumping in the shooting phase now.
Yeah, the Judicators are going to shoot everything they've got at this unit.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm in the shooting phase already.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to do exactly the same order as I've done every turn before. So it's first the leader, misses. Now his 3 pals, also with the super bows. 2 of them hit, which is D6 hits, so I'll throw in an extra 2 hits. And then the guys with normal bows, they're hitting on 3s. Take out the misses. And then wounding on 3s.
I've got 6 up. Ooh, technically the blood shield from the cauldron is giving me +1, so 4s. So I go to 5s. Whoa. Oh, okay, I saved a bunch. Followed by 6 up Fanatical Faith. So, okay. So she's going to die, and that's 1 yin, so she will die.
And that 6 was bonus hits in the when you're attacking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That wasn't a... This ballista is going to shoot at the same unit. 46 hits. That's wrong. I'm saying that completely wrong. Hitting on 3s. Oops, that was a bit optimistic. So then they're D6 hits each because of the range.
So 4.
And it wasn't... Oh, geez. Do you want to check the clip? It's hitting on 5s.
So we did check, and we only got 1, which was a 6.
Sorry, I was trying to go too fast. So I'm going to roll. So that's 2 hits. And I'm wounding on 3s.
Getting 2.
-2 rend.
So because of Blood Shield, I go from a 4 up to a 6 up, which I fail both. Damage?
1.
1. 6 up Fanatical Faith, which I make 1, so 1 will take a wound. Let's put it on... we'll put it on this lady over here.
I've got the second ballista. I'm not going to do exactly the same thing, so I'm going to try not to mess up so much. Hitting on 5s, so that's 1 hit. Wounding, no, so now it's D6 hits, that's 4 hits. So now I wound on 3s. Wait, Duncan's getting the hang of it. 1 wound.
1 wound. 6 up armor, followed by 6 up Fanatical Faith. No, so I just take 1 wound. Same target?
Yeah.
So then she dies. Jumping into the combat phase now.
Now I am going to pile in because I don't see any advantage to not piling in. So that was the closest model. This one can move to here, so that's still nearest the nearest model. I just knocked that one slightly, I'm going to put it back. This one can now move this way. Ugh. No, it couldn't because that one was in the... Okay, this is really interesting because I don't think this one fits through this gap here, which means I can't clear a way for this one to come through, which means I can't actually fill that gap in. So I'm not going to push this one through because otherwise I'd be out of 1 inch coherency. So the moving to nearest model's really bitten me there. So I've still only got 3 hits. 3s to hit.
Getting 2.
4s to wound.
Getting 1.
No rend.
4 up.
1 damage.
6 up.
Hooray.
Yeah, 1 will take a wound. My attacks back. We'll attack with... I'm going to go ahead and pile in with this unit. So that's going to be their pile in. The way we're going to do this is... this one will attack into that ballista. Everyone else is going into the Judicators.
Minus the one that's out of range.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Minus the one that's out of range. So starting with the champion into the ballista on 2s. Rerolling the 1s. Looking for 3s. Getting to all of them is going to be at -1.
So that makes it a 5-up save, which
Take 3
deals with
wounds.
the 2 remaining wounds. And then because of the way the war scroll is written, that just immediately removes those 3. They count as 1 unit and 1 model.
Everyone else into the Judicators, hitting on 3s. No, rerolling this one. And 3s to wound. -1 rend.
But they've had the light shone on them, so they're still a 4-up. Takes 1. Attacking with this ballista into here, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s.
Nothing.
And nothing.
And my attacks back with these 2 Blood Sisters into the Judicators with the champion, hitting on 3s. That 6 counts as an extra hit. And her sister on 3s, 6 counts as an extra hit. We are looking at 3s to wound.
4s to 3s to 4s. Ugh.
4
2
wounds. Yeah. So 2 down.
1, 2.
That's going to be it for combat. Battle shock for me over here on a 6 up. They're okay. And we have battle shock for Duncan.
I've lost 3, which means on a 5 or a 6 I lose them. I've got nothing else to do with command points with the way I've built my army, so I'm just going to spend command points to keep them. And in terms of objectives, I've got this one still.
Yeah, for 2.
For 3?
So yeah, for 3 for this one, my
I
mistake.
don't have this one.
No,
I
but
do
you
have
will.
this one, so that's 4.
Which brings the score right now to 8-7 in favor of the Stormcast Eternals. Duncan found a way to bring it up, as I currently always hold the center, but this one was always worth the most. So nice one, Duncan.
But a risky play because I've pulled back, so if I lose this roll off.
Yeah, I do win ties though. So I get a 2.
Come on, kitty.
The 5.
Whoa.
So Duncan, you do get to decide. I imagine you do want to go next?
I do want to go next, and possibly these guys aren't going to be moving very much. But we do need to roll to find out which is the main one.
Yeah, so we're going to do that on your next turn as we go into Stormcast Eternals turn 4. We do have to decide which one of these objectives is worth the most. Getting it. Oh,
Wow.
once again, it is this objective.
Well,
This
guess-
objective all game.
Well, they're not going to be moving.
Jumping into the hero phase.
He's going to shine his light, and I get an extra command point. And then in the movement phase, I'm going to move. I've decided that it's time for these two to get involved. So they're just now just outside of 3. So again, I'm going to do Rain of Stars, pick D6 enemy units, 1. I'm going to pick this one
Okay.
to take.
The unit of 2.
On a 4+, it takes D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound.
6 up to ignore. No, so I just take 1 mortal wound. She already had 1 on her, so she goes die.
Congratulations if you've noticed my tactical mistake. My dragon should have been flying and then just going back to exactly where it was each time, because then I could have been. Oh no, that was my mistake when I had my leader still on the board, but this one doesn't have that ability.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm going to do the Bolt Storm Pistol from the Palador. 2 attacks, hitting on a 3, wounding on a 4,
Nothing.
and then with the Star Strike Javelin, hitting on a 3.
Nothing.
Conveniently, my Judicators are in combat with both of your enemy units, so I can do the thing where in the shooting phase you can split fire. So I'm going to fire these multi-shot bows at your bigger unit. So starting with, and then everything else at the small unit of 1. So starting with my leader, so that hits. And then the 3 others, which is, so that's 3d6. Whoa, that's nice.
12.
Yeah. Wounding on 3s. Not.
This is going to be a -1, but with Blood Shield, I go to a 5 up save. Followed by 6 up Fanatical.
Apologies, I said nice because I thought it was a good throw for you. I was planning to be unsporting.
Oh, okay. So I take 2, but that means 2 will die. So this one, followed by this one.
3s and 3s with the regular Skybolt bows into the single model. 3s and 3s. 2 wounds.
Any rend?
-1 rend.
-1. So, whew, okay. Followed by 6. No, just taking 1 on her.
The Ballista has no choice of target, hitting on 5s. Ooh, nice. So that'll be 2d6 actual hits I get to roll.
Oh,
wow.
12.
Wounding on 3s.
6 up armor. Okay, and then 6 up Fanatical Faith. Ooh. So I'm going to be taking 2, 4, 6. That is enough to wipe out the squad.
Wow. I set these up for the charge. I'm not going to charge them in because I'd rather not position them nicely up the board for you to charge, which does mean I'm taking a slight risk here. I'm probably not going to finish her off, but I think that's the right thing to do. It does mean I'm pushing these guys forward quite hard into a dangerous position, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, wrapping round. Come. 5 attacks. Well, in fact, my leader's there, so that's handy. So that's 6. Hey, I remembered. Woo! 3's to hit.
That's 1 mortal wound to you because you rolled a 1.
Brilliant. And then 4's to wound.
Getting 2. With Blood Shield, I have a 4-up save. Followed by 6-up Fanatical.
Please fail, please fail.
Oh, she does go down, unfortunately. That will be the end of Duncan's turn, which will give him another 4 victory points as he does hold this bridge.
By the really clever tactic of standing there, not really doing very much.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's going to be really good. I mean, that might solidify
Well,
you.
it's now 12-7.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm going to have to think of something tricky as we go into Daughters of Khaine, turn number 4.
Maybe you just need to deny me points in the last turn.
We'll see how it goes.
I do. I'm not sure. I'm not that comfortable at the moment.
At the start of my hero phase, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Mistress of Illusion ability from my general, and she's going to use it on herself. So she's going to teleport herself right to here, more than 9 inches away from these guys. And I think she's going to give Morathi some support. Next, we're going to have this unit here of Blood Sisters drink from the Witch's Brew, so immune to Battle Shock, and re-rolling all failed hit roll, or wound rolls, I should say. My general is going to try to cast a Mind Razor, and we're going to be putting it on... we're going to be putting it on Morathi.
Remember, it's -1 to cast with the dragon.
Okay, so we're looking for a 7, and we get it with double 12.
Nice. Double 12.
Double 12.
In Vito's world, they're 12.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You know what I meant.
It's 6 plus.
You know what I meant. So with Morathi now, she's going to be getting +1 to her, or +1 to her rend of her weapons. Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. She's going to put the Catechism of Murder on herself on a 3+. Of course, she's going to be taking...
Don't worry.
Yeah, she's going to take a mortal wound, so she's going to drop down to 10.
My prediction is my dragon will be alive at the end of this turn of yours and nothing else, and you'll win.
Let's go for Arcane Bolt from the Snake Lady on top of the Cauldron. Getting a 6, it's going to be 1 mortal wound into these guys.
There we go.
The Hag Queen on Cauldron, she's going to do the Blessing of Khaine on these guys on a 3+. Getting a 2, so that's going to be a fail. And for the Slaughter Queen, you know what? Let's go back to her. She's going to do the Rune of Khaine on a 3+, which she gets off. So instead of her weapons doing 1 damage for her blades, they now count as doing D3 damage. Jumping into my movement phase, we're going to start off with these Blood Sisters. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Blood Sisters. Where they're just going to move their 8 inches, staying within 3 away.
Cool.
From these guys.
So we don't need to measure exactly, but we'll say they're just out of 3, yeah.
Yeah. Cauldron is just going to move up as much as it can behind these guys. This Cauldron is just going to shimmy to here, staying within out of 3. Morathi is going to move up an inch, and in my greed to start moving things, I totally forgot to do Morathi spell where I could have done D6 mortal wounds. Vito, you big goof, you forgot. Jumping into the shooting phase now, we're going to start, let's start with my general. She's going to use her stare. It's 10-inch range, so on a 5+, takes a mortal wound, takes 1 mortal wound.
I can guess what that's against.
Yeah. Boop. Morathi now is going to use her stare onto this guy over here. Hits on a 2+, which we got him. I then have to roll based on his wounds characteristic, which is 5.
Yeah.
So then on a 6, he just dies. Ooh, close, but no cigar.
Important to note that it's down to 4 wounds now, but it does specify wounds characteristic, which is what's on the war scroll.
My Medusa on Shrine, she's going to use her stare. Yeah, we'll do it onto that Liberator on a 5+, takes a mortal wound. On a 6, he takes 1 mortal wound. Next, we're going to have the Cauldron shooting his blood from the Avatar. We've got 6 shots hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1, wounding on 3s, just getting 1. This is going to be at -1 into the...
5-up save then. Makes it.
Nice. We're going to do the exact same thing from the Avatar into the Judicators on 3s. Re-rolling the 1. Okay, only getting 2, and wounding on 3s. Getting 2.
So that's -1 again.
Yep.
So this would be, because they have the light shining on them, so that's back to a 4-up save.
Nice.
So it was the exact same thing as predicted.
Next, we're going to go with my Blood Stalkers, and we'll be firing everything that we have into the Judicators. Starting with the Champion, hitting on a 2. Because I rolled a 5, that's going to be 1 mortal wound for her, because she gets +1. Everyone else hitting on 3s. We got 1 mortal wound in there, and we got 1 hit. That hit wounds on a 3, and we got 1 hit at -1.
4-up to 3-up to 4-up.
Make your save, but you do take 2 mortal wounds.
Oh, 2 mortal wounds. Okay, so that one's down. Let's put 1 on there.
Next, we're going to have these Blood Stalkers, and they're going to be firing into... Oh, Duncan, what's this guy called again?
Oh, something. A Palador.
The Palador. Champion hitting on a 2. Getting a hit. Everyone else hitting on 3s. Woo! Only getting 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting only 1 at -1.
So that'd be a 5-up save.
No, he takes 1 wound.
Down to 3.
Time to declare some charges now. We're going to be starting off with the Medusa on the Shrine. Oh, getting a 12.
So that's a 24, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks, Duncan. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries.
She crashes
I've
in.
got your back, pal.
On a 2+, let's do some mortal wounds. It does D3 for 3 mortal wounds. He does die.
Oh yes, you've now got that objective.
Slaughter Queen on Cauldron. She's going to be charging. Getting a 5, but I was within 3, so that is more than enough. That's going to be crashing. I do my impact hits on a 2+. Oh, and I rolled a 1, so nothing. The Blood Sisters, they're going to be declaring a charge. Ooh, 9 inches. And with that 9-inch move, I was able to go around them like so. So I am going to declare a charge with my Shrine. Getting a 6, which I think is enough to get me right to here. Crash. On a 2+, you take some mortal wounds. That's off the table. Getting a 5 for D3 for 2 mortal wounds onto the ballista.
Down to 5.
My general now, she's going to be trying to get in there. I need a 9 for sure. And I got a 9 right on the dot. She's going to be slithering her way into the, I was going to call it a Malcador. What was it called?
Palador.
Palador. And Morathi, she's going to be declaring a charge as well. Getting a 4. You know what? I'll spend a command point. Actually, you know what? I don't need to spend a command point because I was within 3. So that is enough to get Morathi right in
Just
there.
roll it and see what you would have got anyway.
For funsies?
Yeah, for funsies.
Okay, 5. So yeah, that's more than enough. Boom. I think I'm going to start with Morathi first. I'm going to put all the attacks into the dragon. We've got 5 attacks with Morathi now. She is bracketed, hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s because she turned 4 now. Okay, I will take that. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. Nice. These are going to be at -3 because I did get Mind Razor off.
So it goes from a 3-up to a 4-up to a 5-up to a 6-up. Looking for 6s.
No, this is going to be at 3 damage apiece. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12 damage.
I'm down to 4 wounds.
We then have to attack with her tail, looking for a 3, which is going to be a fail. 5 attacks with the Crown of Snakes, hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. We are wounding on 3s. These are going to be at -1 because of Mind Razor.
Oh, because of Mind Razor, so I'm 4-up saves. I take 1 wound, down to 3. Okay, I think this would have been a tactically good time to use the re-roll 1s during the combat phase for hits. But you have to do it at the start of the phase. So, I'm going to do 2. Now, I think I have to attack here on the tiny off chance that I take her out, in which case you don't get that objective, which is massive.
Okay.
So that's why I'm doing this. So I'm going to 3s to hit with the shock hand axe, and 3s to wound. That's
Okay.
no rend.
No rend, so I have a 5-up save, which I fail, followed by 6-up Fanatical Faith. No damage.
1. I can't do it because I can only do 4 more wounds, but I'm going to carry on anyway. Hit with the javelin, hit on a 4. That's
Miss.
a miss. Now I've been forgetting that with the razor beacon claws, 3 hits by the way, hitting on 3s, that is an automatic mortal wound.
Yep, for you.
Oh, and the 1 was for me, the
Yep.
6 is for you, and then this I have to continue with the attack sequence, so that you need to make a save for.
So
-2 rend.
-2. Okay, so it's going to be 6-up Fanatical Faith saves. No, so take 2 more.
So you're down to 3 and I'm down to 2.
Next, I'm going to go with the Slaughter Queen on Cauldron of Blood.
Vito, do you want to change your mind? Because I'm within range for 1 of my attacks on her.
Oh, with the dragon?
Oh, but no, it only does 2 damage.
Oh, okay.
So actually, you don't need to worry about it.
Actually, you know what? On second thought...
Don't let me talk you into it because I don't think it makes sense because
You just
worst
one
I can
attack?
do is well, I've got multiple attacks, but only one of them can reach her. It could do 2 damage. She'd be down to 1. So maybe if she gets bracketed, you should worry about it. I don't know.
She doesn't get bracketed.
Well,
And it's only 1 attack that can reach her?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, then I will continue my sequence of attacks. We're going to start with the Avatar's Sword, hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s, rerolling the 1. Okay, so these are going to be at -2.
So that's a 5-up.
Oh, very nice, Duncan.
Thank you.
And then the Sacrificial Daggers on 3s and 4s. Rerolling the 1.
Rend?
None.
3-up save. Oh, 3 go through.
Next we have the Slaughter's Queen Blade hitting on 3s and 4s. Ooh, boy. -1.
So 4 ups.
And these are going to be at D3 damage each.
Oh, brilliant.
So the first one for 2, second one for 3, and for another 3.
So that's 8. Lovely.
And then she has her Death Sword on 3s, rerolling the 1, and looking for 3s to wound, rerolling the 1. All right, and these are going to be at -1 as well.
4 ups. Failing 1.
This is going to be at D3 damage for a total of 3 damage.
There we go.
So you're going to go ahead and attack with the dragon next?
I am. The reason is because I think the only tiny edge case where I could possibly win is if in the next turn one of these two can do something.
Right.
Like he can fly. So I just wanted to maximise the damage in case you then you can't target the dragon now and finish it off.
Starting with the Arc Hammer on my general.
Hitting on 3s.
Getting 2.
Wounding on 3s.
Getting 2. Rend.
Or -1.
-1. 6 up. Followed by... What's the damage?
3.
3. Oh, jeez.
I don't know what you're worrying about because you can only take 3 damage.
Oh, this is on Morathi.
Oh, that's not Morathi.
Wait, who are you putting the damage on?
On this one.
So that is Morathi.
Yeah.
So those attacks were actually going into Morathi. Morathi would have actually had a 5-up save, so I made one of them. So this is just 3 damage going into Morathi. I do have my 6-up Fanatical Faith, which I save one of them. So 2 damage does go into Morathi. He's down to 7 wounds.
So now I'll do the Great Claws. 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. So that's
2.
-1 rend again against the same one.
On Morathi, so we have a 5-up save, which he makes 1 with a 6.
D3 damage.
D3 for 1. 6-up Fanatical Faith. No. Now Morathi has taken 3 damage.
So I don't need to worry about any more attacks against her.
Yeah, so all of
Although in
the...
fact that was all of them.
Yeah, and that's all the attacks, because Morathi can only take 3 damage per turn.
However,
Next, we're going to go ahead and attack with the Blood Sisters. 3 attacks from the champion into the artillery
Ballista?
piece. Yeah, the ballista. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling the 1. Everybody else hitting on 3s. Rerolling the 1s. Looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling the 1s.
-1, so 5 up saves. I've only got 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Yep, the ballista does go down.
So I can now attack with a Gryph-hound. That's my last thing that I can do. This Gryph-hound gets 4 attacks because it's within 6 inches of a friendly Lord Castellant, hitting on 3s.
You take 2 more wounds.
Yeah, that went really well. And winning on 4s.
Nothing.
Brilliant, I just hurt myself.
Next, the last thing that I have to do is my general. She gets to go ahead and pile in just a little bit, like so. All of the attacks have to go into the Palador, so we have D6 attacks from her tail. For a total of 4. We're looking for 4s to hit. Rerolling the 1s. And 4s to wound. Nothing.
This is my only chance, I think, is if you whiff all these attacks.
We'll see what happens. Stranger things have happened.
I don't think you will, was it?
We now have the Whisper Claw, looking for 3s to wound, or to hit. Rerolling. Alright, and 3s to wound. Oh, only getting 1.
Oh, is there a rend?
No rend.
I've got a 4 up save. How much damage is this?
Just 1.
And I've got 2 wounds left. You got any more attacks?
Yeah.
Oh!
And now we have the Blood Spear. We're looking for 3s. Both hit. Looking for 3s to wound. Both wound. I think these are at -1, but I'm going to double check. Yeah, it's at -1 D3 damage. Are you going to be okay, Duncan?
Yeah, I'm fine. 5 up saves. I'm going to do 1 at a time.
No.
No!
Oh, okay.
Please.
D3 damage. D3.
I've got 2 wounds left.
For 3 damage.
He's gone.
Yeah, and he does go down, and that objective does become Morathi's. Duncan has his attacks back with Adjudicators.
Yeah, this is really important that I do this. 4s and 3s. Do I wound myself?
No, you don't. Not with these guys.
Oh, what a surprise. There you go, 2 wounds, -1 rend.
No,
it's not -1 rend.
No -1 rend?
No.
4 up save. Woo, look at you. I do take 1 damage. I go down to 9.
Woo.
Jumping into the Battle Shock phase.
I'll pay a command point because, well, I might as well. Got nothing else to spend them on.
Yeah. And in terms of victory points, I will be scoring all of them. So I'll be getting 3 for this one, 1 for that one, and 1 for that one, which will boost me up to 5. Which brings the current score right now to 12 to 12.
I'm desperate to roll and find out what happens next.
Yeah, we got ourselves a tie game, folks.
So this is turn 5, yeah?
So all right, now we have to do the roll-off.
Okay. Right.
All right, Duncan.
Well, obviously I'm going to take the next turn. But we now need to find out, because I think this is probably it, but I'll see if I can conjure up some way of getting any points.
Yeah, so we're going to go into Stormcast Eternals, turns number 5.
But should we find out which one is the 3-pointer?
Yeah, well, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. You know what, Duncan? You roll for it.
Oh, okay, thanks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's right. Oh,
This one.
the middle.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models on it.
Yeah.
I could bring this down and charge them and maybe do some damage, and maybe I can retreat and get some round. There's a tiny chance I could get 3 points, but after that, you can just easily get it after. Should we just do it anyway? Let's see what happens.
If you want, yeah, go for
Let's
it.
see what happens.
Jumping into hero phase?
Nothing happens. He'll shine the light at... No, wait, he'll shine the light... What's his range? I need to do some measuring.
Are you going to give the light on me?
Yeah, possibly. I am going to give them +1 save because the only interesting target's too far away. I made a mistake last turn. I meant to pile in 3 inches round so I could get closer in the next turn. So I'm really kicking myself about that. I think I can still roll a thingamywhat's it, yeah?
I don't know.
Even when I disengage, I can still roll to run at the same time.
I believe you
Advance.
can. Yeah.
Do I have to pay the command point before, or can I do it afterwards? I'm gonna roll my charge. advance thingy. Oh, I got a 6 anyway.
Nice.
So I can move 10, which is enough to get me to within 6 inches. Oh, I've got to be within 6 inches of that model. Measuring. They're both now within 6 inches. So he's going to charge. See how far he charges. 1. I'll turn that into a 6.
Run.
So, run. Thank you. So that's 10. So he's going to get to there. And then this Griff Hound.
You don't want to stay in fight?
Nah. It's going to run 3. I was trying to run the Griff Hound through here. Vito said, "Oh, remember you can't even pass within 3." And I was like, "Oh yeah. Oh wait, he can't do it either." So he didn't make it at all. These two are basically stuck. They're just going to stand there looking cool. I'm going to disengage. Oh, if I don't, I have to go for this one. If I disengage, I'm going to go down to here. I can't.
Oh, the sounds.
I can't be within 3 inches. And I can't charge. So actually, that's it. I can't do anything. Do I have any range attacks? I've got a couple. Maybe I'll do some damage with it. Let's try it. I'm going to keep trying this long shot. I can't fire anything, but there's nothing that says you can't use an ability. So I can still use Lord of the Heavens. I'm going to use Roiling Thunderhead. I'm going to roll a die for each model in that unit, which is 5. Any 6 pluses. There you go.
Nothing.
That's it. I can't do anything else. I don't get any points. You literally don't have to do anything and you auto get 5 points.
Yep. So going into Daughters of Khaine turn 5.
You can't say I didn't try.
Yeah, you certainly did try.
I tried.
Morathi, she's going to shoot her... what's her spell called?
If I was you, I'd just sit there and just look smug and say, we're not even going to do anything.
As Nepal's Black Horror goes off on a 7. Whoa! And we get an 11. I then have to roll a dice. So I rolled a 4. So he's going to be taking D6 mortal wounds. For a total of 6 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Duncan. You know what? I think that's going to be it for my hero phase. I'm not going to do any of my praying or any of that other stuff.
Yeah. How are you going to deal with this really tough 6 wounds that are left on the table?
Oh, buddy, you're going to see it right now. We're going to go right into the shooting phase. I'm going to be starting off with these guys. They're going to be firing into these judicators.
Yeah.
Starting with the champion on a 2+.
Yay, that's a 1.
That's a 1. And then everybody else on 3s. Re-rolling the 1s.
Oh, so would that have been a re-roll as well?
I guess you're right, yeah. Oh, that's going to be 1 mortal wound. And then wounding on 3s. Okay. Getting 1. AP -1. Or Ren -1.
It's 4 up.
You take 1 mortal wound and a wound. The buddy boy over here, he's going to... Oh my god, my head broke! Whatever, he's going to turn around and he's going to shoot hot blood on this guy. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling the 1s. Oh, wounding on 3s. That's going to be at Ren -1.
4 up save.
Bloodstalkers, they're going to be firing their bows onto this guy. Champion on a 2. That's going to be 1 mortal wound. Everyone else on 3s. Re-rolling the 1.
When does the -1 kick in because of having a unit within a certain number of inches?
Yeah, it's just +1 to your...
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Just so I check.
Sorry, it's a -1 to hit. So this 5 is not a mortal wound, just a regular hit.
Can anyone tell I'm a desperate man? I'm trying to keep him alive.
Hey, why not? And then everyone else on 3s. So that will not be a mortal wound.
Really?
Very nice, very nice. You get to re-roll the 1. Okay. All right. Looking for 3s to wound. Oh, only getting 1. Well, you get to re-roll the 1. Okay.
Any rend?
-1.
So it's 4 up save. Look at that.
Nice. Next, we're gonna have the exact same guy shoot liquid hot blood on you. Looking for 3s. Or technically 4s, I imagine, because this guy's right there. Re-rolling the 1. Okay.
So they miss.
And 3s to wound. These are all gonna be at -1.
4 up save. Oh,
That's him.
the Lord goes down. That's a very sad-looking dog. Wondering where his master's gone.
And then for the charges, he's going to be declaring a charge. 6, that's in. For D, on a 2+, you take D3 mortal wounds. Getting a 6 for D3.
I ignore that on a 7. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that was close though.
Yeah, it was close, yeah. Well, there's a 12, which technically isn't a 7.
Right. And I automatically get 5 victory
Yeah,
points.
because you can't do much in an objective-based game if you don't have anything left on the table.
Yeah, that's going to be a whopping table in there, Duncan.
So if someone wants to own this amazing army, what do they do again?
What's that?
If someone wants to own this amazing
Oh
army...
yes, if you want to own this incredibly painted, beautifully crafted army.
2 promptings though.
Yeah, right. You need 2 on the
Right
QVC
off the back of a win.
off the back of a win. Yes, if you want to own this army, seriously, in all seriousness, if you guys do want to pick up this army, you guys can email me, vito@miniwargaming.com. But no, in all
Will you
seriousness,
fix the head?
yeah, I do need to glue that head back on because Duncan actually broke it. No, but seriously, so this was a pretty cool game. It was a little back and forth, but I think as soon as Morathi got up here, that was a little game changing, I think. But then also I was a little concerned about this bunker, but then also when the cauldrons came in and they started mopping up. I don't know, Duncan, what do you think?
I honestly think that it's just your superior firepower.
You actually had a lot of firepower too.
I know, but it kind of crumbled, and I don't think I did anything fundamentally wrong.
I don't think so.
So ultimately, I think you just did more damage.
Overall, I think I did more damage, especially with Morathi and her spear. I think I finally found a way to use her correctly. She did a pretty poor showing turn 1, but then as soon as she transformed, I mean, she took out, 2 dragons, and then what was left of those guys over there on horseback, if you want to call it horseback.
And I don't remember, I can't actually remember exactly now, but it's a right pain that she can only lose 3 wounds a turn.
Oh, that is...
I mean... It just sounds crazy to me because that's so affected my target priority.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember, but I'm pretty certain there's a couple of situations where I did really wonky things only because she could only lose 3 wounds.
Yeah, 3 wounds a turn. That is pretty rough. That she can only lose 3 a turn, and then having the Mistress of Illusion ability, having her come up as well, that was a big linchpin as well.
That helped you because you had lost that flank.
Yeah, that flank was gone.
If she couldn't have gone up, I would have kept collecting those points.
I agree. I completely agree.
But, that's, you pays your points for the abilities, so.
Exactly. That's the way the cookie crumbles, folks. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Both Duncan and I hope that you enjoyed this battle up. And as always, happy wargaming. Alright, Vault members, we're going to jump into the Vault, Duncan and I, and we're going to be playing a very custom scenario where there's going to be these 2 wizards. They're going to be battling out in this arena where they're going to be summoning units from different armies, different battle tomes to see which wizard is supreme. If you want to see this battle report, please click in the link down below. You can sign up for a 7-day free trial. Costs you absolutely nothing. If you do, you're going to see not only this battle, but hundreds of battle reports, tons of narrative campaigns, and thousands of painting tutorials. I highly recommend it. You guys are going to love it. But until then, folks, I will see you in the vault. And as always, happy wargaming.